I'm sure many of you don't know me. I've met some of you just today, but my name's Tom Wyckoff, and I'm a friend of Peggy's. I got to know Peggy in her latter years, just over the last few summers that she was coming back to the house here and enjoying those. One thing I really admired about Peggy, and I got to know very much from the very start, and I'm sure you all know this, she was very straightforward. She was a very straightforward person. Spoke that way in all her dealings. I don't know if she was that way in her younger years or not, but she had really become that way, and I admired that very much because that made her very, very easy to get to know. While I didn't spend a lot of time with her, that she was very open about who she was and what she was all about, and I really appreciated that. So it was great getting to know her over the last few summers. The thing about her that really impressed me was the way she was very willing to share her knowledge with the other generations. As her grandson was just speaking, Erica was just speaking, that just reminded me of how she was always talking with the younger people and trying to share, whether it was Tiffany how to do a back dive off of our pool, at the house or something. She's willing to go up there and try it, even in her later years, just to show it. But the thing I wanted the story I wanted to really share with you, in case you didn't know already, was how much this location meant to her, the old stone house, because I believe it was her last summer that she spent here in Fredericktown, that we were here for an event over at the Keys, and a lot of us took a walk down to what's known as the Pubs, as you probably know, and we were down there, and she was telling us stories and how proud she was that over the years she had always jumped off the big rock and such, and this was after she had gotten her diagnosis, and I mean she knew what the future held, and she faced it all so bravely. That's something I really admire about her too, is how brave she was in facing what was ahead. But as we got down to the tubs, all of us, and she had talked about how she'd always jumped off the big rock, and to watch her and see her, and she didn't go there with the intention of it or anything, but we all jumped in the water, and there she was. She was across a creek and on that rock and off of it in no time, and it was just. This area just meant so much to her, this place. I mean, it just rejuvenated her. And for that little bit of time, she was a teenager again. Mm-hmm. She was scrambling around on those rocks, and you could just see it in her whole being that she was just full of life, even there towards the end. So I think it's more than appropriate that ceremony happened later where we scatter her ashes here, because I really believe she is still here and always will be. And that's what I know about Peggy.